Mark Stevens, welcome to my living room.
Thank you, Lisa Marie. It's great to be here.
Yes, it's so great to have you. And where are you zooming in from?
I'm zooming in from Sydney, Australia today.
Oh boy, not too far from New York, New Jersey.
Just past Hawaii,
Yeah.
a little
What?
bit further south.
Yeah. So it's 4 o'clock my time, PM. What time is it out there?
It's just after 6 a.m. in Sydney.
You would never know. You seem very alert and awake and ready to tackle the day.
This is my time of the day. Every morning I get up, I have a ritual where I start with a lying down breathing meditation. Then I get up and do floor stretches, a little bit of yoga, followed by Qigong, followed by Tai Chi, while I'm sipping on a apple cider vinegar, blackstrap molasses, chaga mushroom powder tea drink, and maybe a little bit of ginseng powder or ginseng root just to give me a little bit more energy for the day.
Wow. Well, it's working clearly because you're so full of energy. I can't believe that is your morning routine.
That's my morning routine every day. Almost pretty much for 40 years now, I've done Tai Chi and Qigong as a morning routine and morning meditation. I hardly miss a day. If I miss a day, if I miss the morning routine, I have to do it at some time through the day or I just don't feel right. It's a ritual. It's a daily ritual.
Of course, of course. So you are a hypnotherapist and meditation expert, and obviously you are practicing what you are preaching. And I know that the news cycle is horrible. I'm sure it's the same in Australia than it is in the United States. And you are trying to spread your practice throughout the world and teach people how in only 1 minute you can kind of turn off your mind to all of the negativity.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I think the thing that most people realize before the whole corona and all the other things happening in the world, we already had a pretty stressful life. You know, when we think of all the energy of the people around us, things we're dealing with, family, financial, work pressures, traffic jams, whatever it might be, our day from the moment we get up till the moment we go to sleep, we have energy coming at us, and some people are affected by that negatively, and there's a lot of pressure on. So what happens throughout the day? It's almost like our body and our mind end up in this fight or flight zone where the pressure keeps building up and it becomes like a pressure cooker lid where it's and it's ready to go. And that's where constant living in that emergency zone or that fight or flight zone, moving from one stressful thing to the other without taking out a minute or two or three to de-stress, to decompress, to let go of what just happened earlier in the day. People are still carrying things around from 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago and reliving those events daily. So it's so important I love just throughout the day taking 1 minute of meditation to de-stress, to let go of what's just happened so I can be free mentally, emotionally, and physically to move into the next part of the day.
I love that. So, well, we talked enough about it. Let's dive right into it. What does the 1 minute meditation look like?
So I'll explain quickly what it is and then we'll do one. So the 1 minute meditation is simply you stepping back from the world for 1 minute and being mindful of your breathing, aware of your breathing. I like to include a little positive affirmation or a mantra. The one we'll use this morning is to breathe in the thought peace and to breathe out the feeling and the thought release. Because as we think of a thought, we're instructing our body. So if we're saying, oh, everything's stressing me out, I don't have time, it's all too hard, our body feels that and we live that experience. Whereas if we can tell ourselves to step back for a moment, take 1 minute out, either with the eyes open or closed, be mindful of some slow breaths, but not to try to force the breath. Let the breath fall in and fall out naturally with the mantra. So you ready for it, Lisa Marie?
I'm ready. Ready as I'll ever be.
And everybody tuning in now, you can either keep your eyes open, observe the whole exercise, or join in with your eyes open or closed. So if you'd like to, you can close your eyes or keep them open. And just for a moment, as you sit there, feel if there's any tension in your shoulders or your neck or your arms or your back, and let that just flop, almost like a rag doll. Any tension in your jaw, in your temples, in your eyes, let everything completely relax. Let it all relax. And then slowly feel your breathing flowing in and out naturally and effortlessly. There's nothing to do except be aware of your breathing, and you might notice sounds, thoughts may come and go. Let them just come and go without attaching anything to them. And just notice your breathing. Either listen to your breath, feel your breath flow in and out, or watch your breath and let all other worries and thoughts drift away as you focus on your breathing. And now, on the next in-breath, slowly think the thought peace as you breathe all the way in. And then as you exhale, think the thought release. Breathing in, peace. Breathing out, release. Once again, slowly breathing in, peace. Breathing out, release. And this time, feel the feeling of peace as you breathe in, feeling peace. Exhale out, feeling release. Let all tension drift away. One more, feeling and thinking the thought peace. Exhale out, feeling and thinking the thought release, and let everything just drift away. And bring your awareness slowly back into the room, slowly opening your eyes, and notice how different the energy within you and around you is feeling now, just from taking a minute or so out from all the thoughts, everything you're doing, everything you're focused on. So rather than focusing externally or focusing on the future, which is in 5 minutes or 5 days or 5 weeks, or the past, which can be, an hour ago or a year ago or 10 years ago, we go inwards, we focus inwards, and we focus on the now.
Yeah, I feel so centered. It's been a very busy day. I'm doing back-to-back interviews. So I haven't had a time to think for myself for 1 minute.
And there's the point. I haven't had a time. You've hit the nail on the head. I haven't had a time to think for myself. We're so often, mums or dads or, anybody, we're thinking about the work, we're thinking about family, we're thinking about everything and everyone else, and we don't take out any me time. That's the beauty of meditation and self-hypnosis. And I combine the two together like mindful hypnotherapy, where I start with the meditation and then go into the hypnosis, which might include the suggestions of, you are strong, you are amazing, you are motivated, you are energetic, and so on. And then we visualize those things, or we see a problem drifting away. So we help you. I use the meditation to get into that deeper state of relaxation, followed by either visualization or positive suggestions to focus on specific outcomes and challenges.
So what do you do? Do you Zoom with people from all over the world to help them with their meditation practices?
Yeah, funny. I started, one of my first overseas clients was in Washington, and he was a business manager, and he had a severe phobia of crossing bridges and a lot of anxiety. And so there was some tall bridge that's this rickety wooden bridge, and he'd gone over it, created this phobia. And that was back in the day of phone sessions. That's like 25, 30 years ago. And at that time, I used to do exclusive phone sessions. Now we run a health retreat, Little Forest Health Retreat. So people come to us. We've also got our Mind-Free app, which people can get onto, and they can try out hundreds of sessions for a week for free. But the Mind-Free app has everything from Tai Chi, meditations, yoga, self-hypnosis for stopping smoking, insomnia, pain relief. Hypnosis works incredibly well for pain, and so on. So a lot of people are using that, and I do Zoom sessions, and I still do face-to-face sessions. I did one yesterday with a woman who had a whole range of challenges. And so, so it's a variety of things to help people, step back, release the baggage of the mind, because we carry so much stuff around from, the energy of other people. Things, teachers or other children at school might have said to us 10 or 20 or 30 years ago. When you take a quick example of bullying, I worked with a young 16-year-old girl who had to change schools 2 times in the last 3 years because of bullying. In the end, we did some therapy sessions that turned the bullies into cartoon characters, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine music running in the background. She's smiling, humming along, imagining Iron Man cartoons and all sorts of things. And she came back and I said, now think of those bullies. She just started laughing. And that problem will never come back. So, and she's got a daily routine of meditating to de-stress, to feel good about herself at the end of the day of school. She's in a new school, got some new friends now, so that's starting to work out for her. But that's the big thing, Lisa Marie. People don't realise what we're carrying around in the backpack of life, and that keeps us reliving past feelings or experiencing events over and over and over again. It's like some of us are on repeat, or we live our daily life, but then something happens and it triggers off a repeat pattern, like reaching for food or reaching for alcohol or doing something again, just because we've done it before.
Yeah. And the number one thing that these unhealthy thoughts are leading to are disease, right? And that's how
Absolutely.
you came to really being a big believer in meditation. You suffered from bad asthma. You even had really bad cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, with the asthma, as a 7,
Yeah.
8-year-old, I had chronic asthma and almost died a number of times, rushed to hospital. And I think it was on about the 4th or the 5th visit, the doctor said, oh, we're doing a meditation course and yoga breathing. Now, bear in mind, this is 1969. I'm 58 now. So that's like in the 60s. And it was all the go there. Meditation and yoga was actually pretty big back in the 60s, and it's come full circle, which is great to see. But so I started learning that just simple breathing techniques, yoga breathing, and simple meditations where I just lie there and focus on the breathing, shut out everything around from the outside or slow it all down. And then instead of the asthma taking over, I'd calm down, be centered, and because stress can trigger off, in my case, it was a lot of stress that triggered off the asthma. You'd think like stress for a 9-year-old, but I had a heavy drinking father. And so there was always a lot of stress going on from that. So I learned to switch off from that. Then at 28, found out I had a 2nd stage rapidly growing lymphoma, given a possible 6 months to live. And I thought, I can beat this with meditation and juicing. So I started doing 13 organic cold pressed juices a day. Again, before juicing became popular, this is like 1990. I started doing hours and hours of Tai Chi, Qigong and meditation a day. What happened was the tumor, which was 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches in diameter roughly, shrunk down to less than 1 inch over the course of 2 years. I neglected the diet. I was starting to write the book, How I Beat Cancer with Meditation Hypnosis. And it all went wrong because I didn't eat bad, but I neglected the diet, neglected the meditation. And I was still doing a bit every day, but not the hours. And I think what had happened was because I was doing so much meditation, so many juices, and there was no stress. I was just sitting at home for almost 2 years. And the cancer didn't have a chance to grow because I was so healthy. But I neglected that. Bang, the tumor went to 2 inches by around 3. And then within a few weeks, it was about 3.5 inches by 5 inches. It was like big, like a big mango or a big, it was big and causing a lot of problems. The doctors at that point said I only had a couple of months to live, do the chemo, which I'd been pretty much against, but I went, bring on the chemo. I can't wait for the chemo. So I then combined the chemo with the meditation, with the juicing. And at the time, the professor, who's one of the world's leading oncologists, Professor Martin Tattersall, said, I've never seen an immune system bounce back so quickly. So keep doing your meditation, keep doing your juicing, keep doing everything else you're doing. It's making a difference. So that was my experience. And then from then on, that's when I started getting more into the hypnosis around 30 years ago, and I've blended the two together to help people overcome their challenges, whether that's just a bad habit of biting their nails, whether it's smoking, whether it's, I deal with a lot of overweight people. I had one fellow, helped him lose 440 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we had to weigh him at the weigh bridge at the rubbish tip, at the trash where all the trucks go. That was the only way, because he weighed, I think it was 770 pounds. So, and helped him through meditation, through mindful eating. There's another beautiful way to meditate. So here's the beauty with meditation or mindfulness. You can turn anything you're doing. Walking down one set of steps can be mindful, and it can become a meditation. Sipping on a cup of tea. At the moment, I've got my tea here, and when we're finished this, I'll add some hot water, and for a minute or two, I'll sit there with my eyes closed and just feel the hand moving. Taste the flavor of the tea. Feel myself swallowing, feel it go down, and that becomes mindfulness. With eating, when you mindfully eat, you can eat half the amount and feel twice as satisfied. And I've seen this with hundreds of people go, I've just always been craving, but now I take 15 or 20 minutes to eat a single apple, and it's so satisfying. Whereas before, I would inhale my food. I wouldn't. So mindfulness can be applied to everything from not just yoga and Tai Chi, but to doing the dishes, like wax on, wax off.
Wow. What a story and what an inspiration you are.
Thank you, Lisa Marie. I
That
appreciate that.
is amazing. If I ever get over my phobia of flying very, very long distances, and if I come to Australia, you'll be my first call.
Come to Little Forest Health Retreat. You're welcome to come and stay with us. Stay for a few days, stay for a week. I had a friend with leukemia who said, can I come and stay for a week? I said, sure. He stayed for a year.
Oh, wow.
At the retreat, we had him there for a year, and he was like wanting to pay, and we're going, no, don't worry, you've got enough to worry about. And then he'd do gardening, and he'd help manage the property, because he didn't want to abuse the friendship. And so, but yeah, look, you're more than welcome. Little Forest Health Retreat. If anyone's coming over from the States, we'd love to see you. We're actually opening up, because we had 2 months of bushfire over the summer, which you would have seen the news. Australia's bushfire, it was like 40 million acres. It was huge, and we had 1 million acres around us on our doorstep. So we shut down for 2 months then. We opened back up. 2020 is going to be a brilliant year. Booked out retreats for months ahead. And then middle of March, it's like, sorry, we're sending you all home. There's this thing happening called COVID-19. And we're actually opening up at the end of this month. So we'll have been shut for 7 of the last 8 months when we open up in about 2 weeks. And we're looking forward to that and getting the show on the road. But also the other thing is, Lisa Marie, we'd love to organise the Mind Free app for you, or if anyone wants to just go on and check it out, they can get it for free, like the trial sessions. And but we'd love to get that for you if you like that. And then you can just pick and choose your meditations, whether it's a sleep thing or a pain thing, or whether it's just letting go or depression, anxiety, different meditations. We cover it all. So we'd love to get that, organise that for you as well.
I love that. Do you have a website that people can learn more about you?
Absolutely. Mindfreeapp.com, all one word, mindfreeapp.com. And that takes you, or inner makeover, like not the external makeover, not a beauty therapy session, but makeover on the inside, innermakeover.com.au.
How about for your retreats?
Yes, that's innermakeover.com.
Oh, that's all included.
That's where people come for the inner makeover. They go off to other places for massages and facials and all sorts of things. They come to us for the inner makeover, where pretty much from sunrise until 8 p.m. at night, we do almost non-stop meditations, hypnosis, Tai Chi, Qigong, mindful eating, and people who haven't, I see amazing things happen. A guy had a 40-kilo wheat thing, a farmer, drop on his head and broke his neck. He was in a coma for a month, woke up, couldn't remember his wife for a year, lost all sense of taste and smell. He came to us 5 years later. We did a 7-day retreat. On the last day, he came out crying, saying, I just tasted breakfast. I can smell everything. So it was almost like all the anger, the emotion, the stress that he'd been holding on to was stopping him in some way. And in that 7 days, it's like new neural pathways were created. Everything that was holding him back, he let go of every negative thought, every negative emotion. He got to zero, and he was ready to start his life fresh again. And he was like a 60-year-old man, there crying because he could smell everything.
Wow. Wow.
We love what we do.
Yeah.
We love what we do, Lisa Marie.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in the holistic lifestyle and what it can do for you. And, you're living proof of that. So thank you for doing what you're doing. I'm definitely going to check out the app.
Great to chat to you. And I'll look forward to maybe another chat down the track. We can talk on insomnia or sleep problems or something specific like pain. I would love another chat. And all your viewers, have a wonderful evening. And whatever day it is, I've lost track. Is it like Wednesday? It's Wednesday. My mother is 80.
You're Wednesday. It's still Tuesday here.
Yeah, my mother is 80 today, and my sister
happy birthday.
Thank you. And my sister is 60 today. So we're taking her out for a bit of a magical mystery tour to a nice movie with luxury seats and doing a special lunch. And she knows she's going out. She doesn't know where, but that should be fun.
That sounds so much fun, especially since we can't go to the movies here yet.
Well, we've only just opened back up, and there's a real social distancing thing happening there, but we're doing all the right things. So,
good.
But, look, this will pass. And I think in the meantime, what people, if they can just take a few minutes out to switch off the worries, to switch off the stress, to decompress, not to just keep watching the same thing over and over and over again, and then you lie awake worrying about it, and that creates more anxiety and stress. But to take some me time out, that's the most important thing you can do. Me time and breathe. And that's my message for today. Me time and breathe.
I love that message. Thank you so, so much, Mark.
Great chatting to you, Lisa Marie. Thanks
Yes,
for your time.
you too. Happy birthday to your mom and sister. Have fun.
Thank you.
Bye.